All right, everybody, so we're back to our weekly I Want to Know segment, the first of 2022. We're doing things a little different today and taking on an important topic, and that is water. Okay, we all need it, we all drink it, but just how much do we drink? So many of us have water bottles and jugs that keep at our desk. We carry it around with us. In fact, water bottles have turned into a statement all by themselves. Look at the size of this thing. Look at this. Come here, Dave. Look at this.
That's your water
This
bottle?
is not mine. This is our producer Kristen's, but it's got like the times you're supposed to drink, the indicators, right? Her gallon jug is the talk of the newsroom because she's carrying this thing around. And she's at 7 p.m. already, but it's only 10 in the morning.
Oh my God.
And she's living in the bathroom. So that sparked our I Want to Know question. Can you actually overhydrate? Because this just feels like too much.
Yeah.
So here to give us that answer, okay, and some tips on hydrating is physician and writer with over 19 million followers on social media, Dr. Mike. So good to see you, Dr. Mike. Thank you for being here. Woo! I think you're muted, my friend.
Talking about water.
Oh, there we go. Okay, hi. Okay, this is ridiculous, right? What the heck is this thing? I mean,
honestly, I love that. I love it. That shows me that someone is excited about their health. They're empowered to make decisions for themselves. They've done some research probably and found out that our bodies are 50 to 60% made up of water. So they're doing a good job hydrating. I'm not against it.
I am all for drinking water, right? Let's bring in the team here. I'm all for drinking water. Oprah actually, by the way, just posted on her Instagram. She gave out water bottles to everybody. Here she is. That looks like a reasonable size, right? It looks a little tinier than this jug that we have here. And obviously, Oprah got me inspired to drink some more water as well. But what does everybody think of this trend? OG's been doing this forever.
She was doing it way before it became trendy. Just because I was thirsty.
I'm worried though because I'm with you. There's a lot of water being ingested, and is that good for your kidneys? Like if you're peeing every 30 minutes or 15 minutes, can that be good for your kidneys? It can't be, right?
Well, Ben, this is where we want to avoid generalizations because it's going to vary person to person.
Okay.
But if you're a healthy adult and you have kidneys, they're going to do a good job at getting rid of the water that you don't need and holding on to the water that you do need. Because water is actually vital to our bodies.
Yeah.
It helps us maintain a normal body temperature. It transports waste, gets rid of waste. It also allows us to actually breathe better. When we're not hydrated well, our metabolism starts falling down, our skin looks worse. So there's a lot of importance to staying well hydrated.
Yeah, you got some good skin, so I guess you drink a lot of water. But here's the thing, Dr. Mike, can you overhydrate?
I mean, you can definitely overhydrate.
So what are the signs?
Well, I'll say it this way. When you overhydrate, essentially what's happening is you're over diluting important electrolytes, most importantly, sodium. And when you overhydrate, you have this overabundance of water, not enough electrolytes. You start feeling nauseous, having a headache, disoriented, drowsiness, muscle cramps. And the reality is these are non-specific signs. So if you see yourself being more thirsty, like way more thirsty than you ever were before, that should be a trigger to go and have a conversation with your doctor, because there are some conditions like diabetes, which can cause excessive thirst. And that would be a good way to catch it early and act upon it.
Ben?
Is it healthy to do, is the half your body weight in ounces thing real? Should I be drinking half my body, 4 ounces of water a day, pretty much for me, but half
I don't
the
know
body.
Ben, I don't know where that math came from right now. I hope it's not 4 ounces, but 4 ounces is a really small amount of or maybe in that martini glass.
Skinny man.
I would use, and this is going to sound a little gross, but I would use your urine as a guide. If it's pale, straw-colored yellow, that's what you want to aim for. And look, there's a lot of myths when it comes to overhydrating or dehydrating. People say, you drink coffee, that's a dehydrating substance.
Right.
While yes, coffee encourages you to go to the bathroom, it is in fact still a hydrating substance because it has water in it. And there's a lot of things that we consume outside of water that hydrate us. Fruits, other foods, teas, juices, all of that has water content inside of it and does a good job at hydrating us.
What about this? Because I don't like water, but I do like sparkling water. Right? So like I could drink sparkling water. It's got to have bubbles or carbonation in it for me to do. Does that cover me? Like the seltzers of the world?
Dan, you and I are on the same page. I love sparkling water, and I think it's a great alternative to all the sweet stuff out there because it almost feels like it gives you some taste, but it doesn't have the excess added sugars and all that stuff in it. So I'm a fan. You just have to be careful if you have acid reflux and you drink a lot of it at night. It can cause some burping and burning here, like heartburn sensation. But otherwise, I think it's a great alternative to the sweet sodas.
Okay, Marisol?
Hi, Dr. Mike. Lovely to see you. What about, I am kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, so I work out a lot.
Here we go.
You talked about your bubbly water. Since you're asking, I'm training for a half marathon, so since it's just you and me, Dr. Mike. No, I'm curious about things to add to water like hydration, electrolytes.
Yeah.
How safe are those? And I know it's individualized. My thirst level is different than Ben's, OG's, and Dan's. But if you're running like 6 miles a day, should I get one of those tablets to put in my water?
Okay.
What, a Gatorade? I mean, what?
Yeah, that's actually such a smart thing that you're mentioning right now, because when I say it's individualized, exercise, especially vigorous exercise like training for a half marathon, is one of those instances where you want to overhydrate, bring more fluids into your body. But then on the counter side of this is where some athletes get into trouble.
Right.
Drink too much water and develop hyponatremia. And the way you fight it is by putting electrolytes into your water, drinking those sports drinks, which is exactly what they're for, not for sitting on the couch watching TV because they have a lot of sugar, but for those added electrolytes, that added sugar that you need when you're training as hard as you are.
Well, that was the key. I made sure I drank plenty of water yesterday, and after mile 1, I was like, ooh.
Exactly. Then you have
need to
you
go to
gotta
the loo.
right? Oh, do
So
you got
I need
anything?
to
Oh, no. Like, Dr. Mike, I'm on the right track. I know Dr. Mike. I stalk him online. But, yeah. This is good, right? If I do at least 2 of these?
No, that's great. And look, all of these things are really important, but don't fall for a lot of these fads out there with the alkaline waters and all that. That's complete nonsense. Because when you drink water, it goes right into your stomach, which is an incredibly acidic environment. So whether you drink pH 8 water or pH 7 water, there's absolutely no difference.
I have a question. Sorry. We have a filter in our house that takes like it's a reverse osmosis machine. And then my father-in-law is like, you're taking all the minerals out of your water. You're going to die. And then I was like, great, sounds good. Is that true? Are we stripping our water of really important stuff?
Well, for me, I think a water that has somewhat of a mineral content actually tastes better.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's user preference. I also think New York City has the best
They do.
water in the world.
I just
tap
moved
water,
out, and it's
so drink
terrible.
it.
Yeah, Rockland County water is
Terrible.
disgusting.
It's terrible. I love New York City tap water. I can't believe we talked about water the entire time.
Yeah,
stayed on
Very
topic.
important. It's
Right?
very important, and something we all do.
It's the
Our
staff of
producer
life.
Marcia was like, "You guys aren't going to talk. You're going to go into your own medical problems."
Leave it to us.
Right? We talked about water. However, Dr. Mike, I did take a fall today, right?
Oh.
So while we have you,
broke a hip.
how do I know if I can't move my wrist? I can't bend it more than that.
Oh, you
So
broke it.
I should go get the X-ray, right?
You broke it.
Probably.
Okay, so it's not about running to get an X-ray. It's running to get evaluated to figure out whether you need an X-ray.
Okay.
And that's what we do. We kind of balance the harms and benefits of getting an X-ray.
Are you gonna bill me
'Cause
for this?
Getting an X-ray, you get
Yeah.
some radiation,
Okay.
but maybe you find out if your scaphoid bone is broken, which is the most commonly broken wrist bone when you fall on an outstretched hand.
Okay,
I'll fix
please,
it for
please
you.
don't bill my insurance for that. Okay,
fix
thank
it.
you very much, Dr. Mike. Appreciate you so much for being on here this morning. Guys, that was great. I can't
Bye,
clap.
Dr. Mike.
Thank
Nice
you.
meeting you.
Yeah, really nice, Dr. Mike. Thank you. And lend me some of your 19 million followers, okay? Thanks. All right, 10:25, everybody. If there's something you want to know, email us at iwantknow@pixel7.com. We're going to have one of our guests, celebrity experts, on to answer your burning questions. That was a good one today.
Very good.
Good
Very
topic
nice.
of conversation.
Very
We all need water, right?
Exactly.
OG's the one who, you remember you got us those jugs a couple years ago?
I did.